Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Joint Standing Committee on Electoral Matters for undertaking an inquiry with respect to my private member's bill, which was the Commonwealth Electoral Amendment, lowering the donation disclosure threshold bill 2019. I would say that bill was not asking for the world. It just sought to make the political world more transparent to an increasingly cynical nation. The committee examined the issue of lowering the political donation threshold from $13,800 to $1,000 and to remove ongoing indexation. The decision of the Joint Standing Committee on Electoral Matters not to recommend that it be put forward to the Parliament is not only disappointing, I would go so far to say that it is a blow for democracy. I would like to thank Labor for their dissenting report, and I would encourage people who are interested in this area to read the report. I would like to just make note of the committee's comments where they were potentially concerned, and I'll just read, potentially place considerable additional administrative and financial burdens on the Australian Electoral Commission, minor political parties, independents, community groups, charities and third parties. Look, I can say as a member from a minor party that we can live with that administrative burden. You know, we don't have the resources that, say, even the Greens have, where they actually have party status. There are just 3 of us, but we would be very satisfied, as are a number of independents in this place who want to see this kind of donation reform. Because let me be quite clear. Right now in this place, a family of 5 can give $60,000 to a political party, and no one in Australia is anyone the wiser. Now, I don't think that that's a good situation, and I think that there are many people right across Australia that don't think that that is a fair and right thing to exist in our democracy. And the Museum of Australian Democracy report in 2018 clearly showed that trust in democracy is on the decline, with satisfaction in democracy more than halved in a decade and trust in key institutions and social leaders eroding. As leaders in the political system, I think it's up to us, it's up to the Parliament to address this decline. We cannot continue to avoid the reality of decline in trust in us and a decline in respect in us. And you only have to look to the United States to see how the collapse in trust of those in authority has driven millions to the streets to protest in the middle of a pandemic. Trust takes time to rebuild, but the first steps towards that, I believe, are transparency. That 2018 Museum of Australia Democracy report showed that most Australians are happy with democracy as a system of government. They just do not like the way politicians practice democracy. One of the first steps towards fixing this is to open the books and so people have a greater understanding of exactly who is funding this place, who is funding politicians to get into the job before they go to the ballot box. I am forever an optimist, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I note that there will be a review in November that the committee will be undertaking, and that will look at the new legislation, the Electoral Legislation Amendment, Electoral Funding and Disclosure Reform Act of 2018, and it will have a holistic examination of the current disclosure regime of political donations. And I am, as I said, optimistic that we will see change. I think it will benefit all of us, minor parties, independents, major parties, and I think that the more we can do to regain the trust of the Australian community, the better for all of us. Thank you.